Palantir, we have some massive news out here in regards to Palantir. I wasn't planning on making a video on this channel here today. I was only planning on making 2 videos on my main channel here today, but this is such huge news that I was like, I got to cover this, what this means for Palantir in regards to what Palantir's up to with AWS, Amazon Web Services here. Very exciting. Some of you guys might have seen this. Some of you guys might not have seen this. I saw it just a few hours ago. Somebody in the Discord chat, in the private group, shared this. We got a great Palantir community in there, by the way. If you're interested in Palantir, and you want to be part of my private group with all the Palantir shareholders and whatnot, look to apply. That's going to be the pinned comment down there. We've got an incredible group of folks in there. And so I want to give my thoughts on this, what this means for Palantir kind of moving forward and whatnot, because it is a big development here, folks, okay? 2 random things I just want to show you guys before we get into this Palantir stuff here today is, man, did you see MKBHD's video here? 5.8 million views, 14 hours in regards to Apple Vision Pro. This Apple product, obviously it's not going to be a mass market product at that sort of price point. We all know that, right? But the bottom line is this is just getting a huge level of interest in the VR space, and the one that's going to benefit way more than Apple in regards to this hype and excitement, this notoriety. It's going to be the Quest 3. The Quest 3 is going to be the biggest beneficiary of that, and Meta is going to be the one that makes the biggest amount of money. Like, this Vision Pro product, like, Meta should be paying Apple. Honestly, no joke. Meta should be paying Apple to be doing what they showed off yesterday at, that sort of price point, because it's just getting a lot of eyeballs to the space, and everybody that's interested is going to end up getting a Quest 3, which is exciting, okay? And one other thing I thought I would show you guys is in regards to VIX. A lot of people are looking at VIX here recently. Obviously, it's dropping at fairly low levels. VIX under 14 now. And do keep in mind, if you go back over the past 10 years, we're not at insanely low levels. If you go under 10 for VIX, that's when you get down to insane low levels. But we are in a normal range now at this point in time. When you're talking about VIX kind of in this 14, 15 range, you're at a normal market. A lot of people are just looking at what happened in 2020 through 2022 and thinking like, things are so not volatile now. And it's like, sure, if you compare it to an extraordinary period of volatility, which you don't have those periods that often. The last time we had an extraordinary several-year period of volatility prior to 2020 through 2022, you got to go all the way back to 2007 through 2010 or 2008 through 2010 to find the last period of insane volatility. So do keep that in mind, okay? Alrighty, guys. Appreciate everybody joining me. As always, 28,200 plus subscribers on the channel. It's always a new all-time high, so I appreciate you guys. We might as well call this Palantir stock price. Okay, oh, wait, no, not back to all-time high, 52-week high, okay? So what's going on here with Palantir and AWS? All right, so Jeffrey Kratz, Worldwide Public Sector, Amazon Web Services. He says, quote, "We're excited to be working with Palantir to make this suite of tools available on AWS and help our customers get insights faster, unlocking the data they already have. Using AWS, Palantir's ERP suite can help customers offload the complexity, gain faster intelligence from their data, and make critical decisions to save time and expense." Now, a lot of people always say, oh gosh, Palantir's product's so expensive. Companies, government entities, many times can spend 8 figures and up per year on Palantir's product, right? And we know Palantir's the kings of landing multi-million-dollar deals and sometimes even multi-hundred-million-dollar deals, right? At the end of the day, folks, okay, if you're helping a military, some sort of government agency, a company, a big company, right? If you're helping them make their decisions faster and better, then that company, military, government entity is going to be in a much stronger place, right? And so a lot of times people think, well, and then we'll get into this more, if this is crazy, somebody spends $50 million a year at Palantir. It's irrelevant. All that matters in the end is, does Palantir help whatever that is they're helping, right? Military, government entity, private corporation. Does it help them, give them much more than $50 million of value if that's what that company's spending with Palantir per year? It's all that matters in the end. If somebody's spending $50 million a year on Palantir's product, right, but it's helping them save their company an extra $150 million a year, the ROI is there. If it's helping them make an extra $100 million a year, the ROI is there. That's all that matters in the end in regards to this game, right? It's no different than ad spend. Companies spend a lot of money on ads. At the end of the day, are you getting a positive return on investment? It's all that ever matters in this game, okay? A modern connected enterprise enable AI-powered decisions with Palantir Foundry and Amazon SageMaker. AWS and Palantir help empower organizations to overcome common data and AI challenges at every stage of the AI lifecycle, from data preparation to model operationalization. I can never pronounce that word correctly. We've integrated Palantir Foundry and Amazon SageMaker to allow users to develop, integrate, and operationalize AI that can power the decision-making of modern connected enterprise. AWS and Palantir Foundry provides a powerful platform that allows you to rapidly integrate and operationalize data. There we go. I think I'm starting to get it, okay? At the end of the day, that's just one fancy way of saying Palantir through AWS is going to be able to give companies, organizations, government entities, whatever, right? The ability to have AI make great decisions in regards to looking at your data, sifting through that, and helping you make better decisions without you having to personally make all the decisions there, right? That's just a fancy way of saying that, which we know Palantir's been working on AI for a long time before it became a cool buzzword over the past 6 months, right? And so now it's just the whole market is obviously shifting this way. And this is also why I say AWS is one of the most, in my opinion, overlooked AI opportunities in the market. Everybody thinks about AI and they look at NVIDIA, right, as you should, and they think about other chip makers such as maybe AMD and other plays, right? Then some people think C3 AI is a play, whatever. Palantir and others, and sure, but AWS is one of the sneakiest AI plays out there, okay? It really is. And you know who else? You know what other stock is most secret AI play out there, in my opinion, that no one really thinks about? It's Meta. Meta, I mean, absolutely. All those videos they're serving up to you and photos on the Explore page of Instagram and on Facebook, there's no human that can decipher, oh, you're going to like this, you're going to like that. That's all going to be machines doing that, right? It's all AI saying they're more likely to engage with this type of content. This is going to get them sharing it with their friends and family and whatnot, right? Solving industry challenges. Palantir and AWS supply chain. Manufacturing. Foundry empowers manufacturing by leveraging the massive volume of industrial IoT sensor data to unlock powerful applications such as digital twin-based scenario planning. Okay, so basically being able to have two different scenarios running and trying to figure out which ones. It's almost think of it as a fancy A/B test, I guess you can say. Preventative maintenance and automating quality detection issues. Now, this is also something that I always think about, like could help save companies money, right? And make better decisions. What always comes to mind? I always think about railroads. Railroads, I'm sure you guys have seen in the news over the past many months, rail cars basically derailing and things like that, right? And a lot of that comes down to either the rail operators need to hire a lot more people to actually look through all this, or if you could have somebody like Palantir, maybe you could be able to prevent some of these issues months, years ahead of time, and know that something's going wrong with the sensors way before it ever gets to a place where the rail car falls off the railroad, and next thing you know, those companies have to spend tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, get fines like crazy. Their stock prices lose billions of dollars of value, when that could have all been prevented, right? So this is another thing to keep in mind. Healthcare. Foundry is used across the healthcare and life sciences value chain, from drug discovery to development through manufacturing, marketing, and sales. Energy. Our customers have harnessed the power of Foundry to deliver both immediate results and compounding value across a wide range of use cases, with seamless interoperability between massive data sets and mission critical models. Okay, so obviously you can go to Palantir's website and look more into things if you want to look into it, but this is just clearly Palantir's in the lead in a lot of ways, and big players like AWS are seeming to partner more and more with Palantir. It seems like these two are getting more and more like this, and there's reasons. AWS is not going to go out of their way to, have their folks do press releases and get more into bed with them, unless there's a situation where Palantir's got great products and they're going to help AWS grow substantially over the coming years. And so I think this is a partnership made in heaven. And I think Palantir and AWS are going to probably get closer over time, right? And, would AWS buy a Palantir over time? I could see it making sense, especially from the AWS side. I hope it doesn't happen because I think there's going to be much more value unlocked in Palantir over the coming years. So I hope it doesn't happen. But if I ran Amazon, I would definitely consider the potential of trying to buy out Palantir. I think it would make a whole lot of sense, and I hope they don't do it. But I think especially the way these two are getting closer like this, it actually makes a lot of dang sense. But the question is, would Karp want to sell? And my answer to that is probably not. Karp, I don't think, wants to sell, and I don't think he wants to sell anytime soon. And honestly, I can't picture Karp working for somebody. If a company ever bought out Palantir or tried to buy out Palantir, even if Karp went along with it, I don't see Karp working for Amazon. I don't see Karp working for anybody. I think he just likes to be his own man and do his own thing and run his own company. I think it'd be one of those situations where he would be there for a bit and then he'd be gone shortly after. But nonetheless, folks, great news in regards to Palantir. Hoping for a lot more big announcements like this and others where they're signing bigger deals. What's interesting is I'm looking at analysts. Analysts are still not bringing up their numbers. They're still not bringing up their numbers, and I hope it stays that way. Because once the cat's out of the box and everybody realizes what's likely coming for Palantir's numbers over these next several quarters, there's going to be no turning back. So, I'm hoping these numbers and these expectations stay as low as possible for as long as possible here. Let's hope, okay? Because once the analyst train starts rolling and start having to bring up numbers, start having to bring up stock price targets and everything like that, then you're talking about a whole flippening of Palantir at that point in time. From we're trying to figure out, is this real? How real is this? It's no different than what happened with NVIDIA when all of a sudden they blew the top off, and we know what happened there. But the thing is with Palantir, if they came in with something like that, the move would be much more substantial, folks. So I appreciate everybody joining me as always. Thanks for being subscribed, folks. New all-time high subscribers. Thank you, everybody subscribe to the channel. Also, just so you guys know, I obviously have the private group pinned down there as pinned comment if you're looking to apply there. But also in the description area, I have a free workshop. So if you make 6 figures or less a year or 6 figures or more a year, I have 2 separate workshops there that kind of go into investing this year and beyond and some tips and whatnot that should help you. They're free. I recorded them here recently and I hope you enjoy those. So much love and peace.